Well, hello, and welcome to another Inspired Good Fat Life podcast. And I have to say, I am so surrounded by these amazing smells that my guest brought today. And we are going to talk about that in just a moment. But first, I have to tell you, to point out, we have a new issue. Good Fat Life magazine just came out hot off the press this week, and we are so excited about it and all the wonderful articles and inspiration, and just can't say enough. So if you want to learn more, go to goodfatlife.com and check us out. And so that said, I am really delighted to introduce Dawn Gaden. And she is with me, and we are going to talk about essential oils. But Dawn does a lot of different things, and so I would like to introduce her and let her tell you a little bit about who she is and what she does. So welcome, Dawn.
Oh, thank you, Sherri. It's so good to be here. Love these conversations.
I know, me too, me too. And you always bring these amazingly delicious smells with you, and I just feel like I don't know, I'm going to another place. So you have to bring me back.
Good. Like bring it with you, right?
Yeah.
Bring it to our space. So we always enjoy our space. That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's what I like to teach about.
So tell me about oils. How did you get involved with oils?
Yeah, a long time ago. It's funny when I try to think back about how long. It's been probably since I had kids, 22 years ago.
Okay.
So my business, Mind Body Counseling and Coaching, I'm a licensed counselor, and I'm also certified in complementary medicine and wellness. And I chose that path because I knew there was more than just mental health, right?
Okay.
There's more of us. There's more to us. And along that journey, I discovered lots of different tools: meditation, breath work, essential oils. And I love science. I love research. I love what we can discover about our planet and who we are and how to create, so many good things: vibrancy, abundance in our life. And I kind of got hooked on essential oils because they're so good.
Yeah.
They
smell delicious. Yeah, they smell good. And like you said, just before we started the show, and I put some of the oil that you brought with you on, and it just shifted everything. And it wasn't like I felt bad before. I mean, I felt great and amazing, but yet there's a dimension that wasn't there.
Right.
Because of the oil, right?
Right.
I'm just curious, your counselor, and then what was the other one?
So I'm a licensed counselor,
right?
And there's many different avenues for degrees in counseling, and I chose the degree because it offered a certification in complementary medicine and wellness.
That's it. How cool is that?
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Right? I found a non-traditional mental health training that also understood and was aware of these, what they called it back then, complementary medicine. I know
right.
the title has changed along the way, but there's other ways of healing naturally. And that's what I was always about, especially when my kids came into the world and they weren't feeling good or whatever was happening, especially at a young age. I remember thinking back when I was just exploring, when did I start with oils? And I don't remember how I found them, but I remember putting certain oils on the bottoms of my kids' feet when they were fussy or tired, but they needed calm. And lavender is a popular one among people generally who know about oils. So rubbing oils on the kids' feet and putting it in diffuser so you smell it. And like you said, it takes you into a different dimension. And
it really does. It just really does. And it's quick, and it's not like you have to do anything.
Not a lot.
You just
I
don't know. I just feel like, not sleepy, but just really relaxed and present.
Right. And one thing I teach my clients in coaching and mental health is there's energy in our emotions. And David Hawkins did a study on emotions and their energy frequencies. And at the bottom of the map is like shame and blame and guilt and all that. And it has a very low energy, and we feel it when we're there. Depression, we feel it. And when we move up the scale, we move into joy and happiness and love and acceptance and gratitude, and the energy is higher. And I talk my clients through this so they understand what's happening on that level of energy. And then, of course, along my journey with oils, discovered there's wonderful information about the energy frequencies that oils bring. Because oils come from plants. They're like the essence of a plant, and everything living has a vibration, has an energy. And then understanding which oils have which frequencies and how we can use that to help raise our vibration. And like you said, takes you to a different space. It's energy. And understanding it, it's really fun. And we can play with it.
Oh my gosh, yes. So where would a person start? So you're just saying, just hearing this maybe for the first time, it's like, excuse me, oils have energy. What do I don't even know where to start with that. Right. Or where do you start? And also I've learned in my journey that all oils are not the same.
Correct.
Right? Yes. So can you talk about a couple of those things?
Yes. So the company I work with have very high standards in quality and purity and ethical standards of processing the oils. And I'll share a story on that, one that I remember. And the company harvests like frankincense. Most people know what frankincense is, or
at least we've heard about it, right? In the stories for the three wise men, right?
Right. Okay. And it's quality of purity and royalty and wonderful oil, right? So the company hires local farmers or around the world to harvest the oils at the right time, and found that this group they were working with was cutting down the trees, harvesting the resin too early. And it was, well, we can make more this way. And they said, absolutely not. We're not here to make more and get more sales. We're here to create quality products to help people create quality of life and health and healing. And so what the company ended up doing was, they do this along the way depending on their path, purchase their own property.
Oh, so they can manage
trees,
that.
And they can manage it. And if they manage with companies and other participants in a while that they meet together with the same standards, they work with other, which is phenomenal because then they're providing work, sustainable living for people in other countries, which is, I love that as well. And so the quality, like the oils I use are pure, 100% therapeutic. And people will say to me, well, I can go to Kroger or grocery store, anywhere, and find an oil and it says 100% pure. Okay, well, we have to understand labels can say whatever they want, but you have to understand, and I know this is where people have to put in the effort and they back down. You have to know where it's coming from. I did research with the company I work with. I know the people. I show up for training and events, and that's why I can guide people. And you can choose wherever you want to get your oils, but I highly recommend knowing where they come from because they need to be pure, because whatever you're putting on your hand, the bottoms of your feet, diffusing in your room, you want it to be pure. You don't want it to be whatever it might else be, fillers, synthetics.
Right.
You want it to be the pure essence from the plant. That's where the healing comes from. Yeah.
You make it sound so wonderful, huh?
It's really fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I love the idea that there's people all over the world that share the love, right? And this is what they do. So they put their heart and soul into growing these trees and growing these plants, and so that they can be harvested and used therapeutically. Right?
Yes. Honoring the plants, honoring the world we live in. We're all one. We're all connected. It's not just we use this plant for our purpose, but we're co-creating with the plants.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things the company does is they use the plants to actually as fertilizer on new plants growing.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's just a regeneration.
Yes.
I was just thinking, my granddaughter, my 8-year-old granddaughter, told me yesterday that she's interested in all of these things, and she said that she was now taking baths because it used less water, and she could conserve water instead of taking a shower, which she prefers. And it just was like, it just made my heart sing. Right?
That's beautiful. And you can add the oil.
Can add the oil to the bath. That's right. And it's not in a, I don't know, commercial chemical way,
Right.
right? Like some of the bath products are.
Right.
So
Very mindful of
yeah. So okay. So I am new to all this, and I want to know where do I start?
Yes.
So what are some just like some good, if there's a top 3 oils that you would suggest that people start with?
Yes.
And how do they use them?
How to use them?
I mean, and how,
Yes.
so what are the oils, and then how would you use them,
How
right?
would you use
Yeah.
them? Yes. So I would first start if someone was with me in person and not over the phone. I would say, let's smell some oils and find what's like, ooh, smells so good.
Okay.
Start there.
Okay.
And that's one place to start, to find out what like feels good for you, what resonates with you, what's in alignment with what you want.
Okay.
So then it's enjoyable to use. And another place to start is some of the basics. People are very familiar. Most people, if they've heard a little bit about oils, they know about lavender calms you down. It's a very, there's so many healing properties to lavender oil, that we can use more than just calming. It can be used for cuts and scrapes and all sorts of good stuff like that as well. So lavender is great. Peppermint is wonderful because a lot of people find that it helps to wake them up when they have long drives, if they need a little wake up when they want to, when they're working, they can do a little smell. And good for the tummy.
Oh, sure. Of
Good
course.
for the tummy. So all the different ways to use, there's so many. And then what would be a third? We got to do 3, right? I'm going to say lemon. Again, simple, pure, and some oils based on the research I've done in the company that does the research. Some oils are considered FDA therapeutic grade, ingestible. So you can put some oil like lemon in your water, drink it in your hot tea. I'll add it sometimes with a tea bag, just a drop. And that's all you need is a drop. So that's one way to use it. So going to that, just smelling it as we did. May I show? I have a roller bottle, and I'll just rub some in the palm of my hand, rub it because it feels good. And then, and so not only are you breathing in the energy of the oils, but you're also breathing.
Oh, because taking a deep breath.
Taking a deep breath. Because what do we do all day long? We're running through our day and we're not breathing. Many people still today that I work with, I will talk about breathing, and they're like, oh, breathing in your belly? We fill the belly up? Yes. Just to take that moment to breathe, like that's a perfect way to do it. And it just blends, it absorbs and smells good, and it soaks right in. So it's not oily, greasy, anything like that. It feels so good. So those are really
smells wonderful here.
Yes. And diffusing it, letting it diffuse in a room with little diffusers, those are really good basic ways to start.
And just kind of freshen the air.
Freshen the air, cleans the air. I'm surprised how many people know the oil. One of the common oils that we use is called Thieves.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right. Many people know that oil. And I'm actually really happy and very grateful when I say Thieves and people go, oh, yeah, I know that oil. I use that. It's great for during illness. When you're sick or you have a cold, you can rub it on your feet. It has, it's a blend. So many of the oils that are for healing and health and clearing just congestion and stagnation. So diffusing it, rubbing it on your feet. It's one that I can add to my water and my tea.
Okay.
So lots of
and aren't there cleaning properties?
There are. So there's a line of Thieves that are for cleaning, household cleaning, hand soap. So the pure, right?
Right.
Pure.
So you can clean your kitchen and
Clean
bathroom.
your kitchen and bathroom.
Okay.
I have the cleaning bottle, and it's concentrated, so you use a little bit. I use it for my toilets. I use it for my sink. I use it for the floors, for mopping.
Oh, wow. I bet everything smells amazing.
Everything smells good, and it's not chemical.
Okay.
It's okay if the dog licks the floor. I don't have to worry. Or when my kids were little, if they picked something up, it was not scary that, oh, there's a chemical on my floor that I'm walking on in my bare feet.
Okay. All right. No, those are good things to know, and just being congruent. Yes. Right. So we can, and we talk, so much of self-care is not selfish. And these things are all part of self-care that just make you feel good.
Feel good. And when we feel good, we do good.
Yeah.
And so it's so important to fill up and feel good. and we get caught in this idea that we've been exposed to, that we got to work hard and push and, the struggle. It's like, how is that working out?
Yeah.
Right.
So I was just thinking, I've been traveling a lot and my house is a mess, and I want this weekend to spend some time cleaning. Mm-hmm. And it was just, I kind of went like this, you're too young for this, but that Calgon take me away.
No, I'm not too young for that. I know it.
that idea of, okay, I can get the thieves out and I can clean with that, and I'm just going to feel amazing doing it. Mm-hmm. And I like that.
Yes.
So, so the idea is now like, oh, okay, I'm kind of looking forward to cleaning my house now.
And nourishing myself in all ways, right? And it feels good, and and we live in our home, right? And it's sometimes funny, my husband will say, what do you have planned for the weekend? I said, I'm going to clean the house. And he's like, you said that really excited. I said, I am, because I live here, and now I work a lot here in my home, and my family is here. So creating a beautiful environment with the diffusers and the oil and the cleaning, it's fun.
It is
Bring fun to it.
One of my friends was talking about doing a apothecary in her bathroom, and essential oils was a big part of that. Absolutely. And I just thought, oh my gosh, how cool would that be? Mm-hmm. Just having that all. Actually, you know what? Just from this oil, I'm actually feeling cooling in my shoulders. Ooh. My body, it's like it's soaked in now.
Oh, I love it.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very cool. Sorry.
And one thing I think, and maybe I would love to share, is that in the oil blend I brought to share with you is there's blends in there, and I add in a few of my favorites that I've discovered, which is one's called Envision, one's called Awaken. And they have oils within them that, again, the healing properties of oils, they'll help in different areas. So envision, right? Oh, what do I want to envision for myself, for just in this moment or for today? And there's so many different ways to use oils, more than cleaning, more than just peppermint to wake me up, but deeper spiritual enlightenment, in my passion, in my purpose kinds of ways to use oils that I just love.
Well, you bring that up, and so we have this workshop next weekend, right? And I am so excited because you're going to bring some of your special oils, and we're going to use them before we do a meditation.
Yes.
And some journaling. Yes. And so it's going to be really fun to see how that changes everything and deepens the experience. Yes. Right?
I agree. Oh, it's going to be beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Yes. So, okay. So one of the things like I said, I like to do is, if you were going to, for the person who's just starting or somebody who's wanting to go deeper into it, what would you recommend that they do, like today? What action could they take today?
What action they could take today is find someone who knows about oils.
Okay.
They can call me, we can text, we can email, and I can share some basics. I can answer questions.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, and then from there, we'll take the next step. But reach out to someone. I think it's an area where, and there's so many experts on essential oils. Reach out to one. I'm here. I'm definitely available to answer questions, and then what's the next step from where you're at?
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. And we'll share, where's the best way? We'll share that on the podcast, but also just where's the best way to get a hold of you?
Right. So I have an email, Dawn at createconsciousliving.com, and my phone number as well, 810-623-7375. Text me, call me. I love to talk about.
And I love that you're offering your phone number to have an actual conversation. A real conversation with somebody. That's, we get so bombarded with text, and now text, WhatsApp, emails, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And it's just really lovely to actually talk to somebody.
Human beings. Yes. Yes.
I find myself sometimes find myself on the phone when I'm trying to talk to a company, right? And you just get in this loop. Yes. And I'm like, representative, I just want to talk to a person.
A real person, please.
Right. Mm-hmm. I should have some oil next to me when I have to make some of those calls, right?
Absolutely. It helps us, get into the state of what we want to receive. And, manifesting is a whole nother topic, but just when we allow ourselves, like, I must set my intention to this is going to go smooth and I'm going to talk to someone who understands me. Like, when we do that,
it really does make a difference.
sure does.
It really does. Thank you for that reminder. So I'm just going to take a moment, and I do want to do a shout out to one of our sponsors, which is Snedecor's Cleaners, and they are conscious cleaners, and they do just pickup and delivery. So I set the yellow bag out on my doorstep, and my clothes arrive, a couple days later, all clean and fresh and ready to go. And I can't tell you how much that's really supported me in my self-care, knowing that I'm bringing clothes. My clothes are coming back actually better than they left, right? And there's no chemicals, and it's service with a smile, actually concierge service. And I just love, love, love who they are and how they show up and, provide this amazing service for our clothes. Our clothes are so important, right?
And we all deserve that.
We all do deserve it. Yeah.
Taking care of ourselves.
Care is part of self-care for your clothing, which is part of self-care for ourselves. So, well, Dawn, I am so grateful to you for being here today and sharing your secret blend with me. I know the rest of my day is going to be off the flipping charts.
Oh, yeah.
So, again, Good Fat Life. Go to Good Fat Life at goodfatlife.com. Check out the newest edition of our magazine and all the cool things that we've got going on. So thank you so much. Until next time, please go out and live your good fat, P-H-A-T, fat, F-A-T, life.
Yes. Bye-bye.